What is up, Karol here with Optimole. What I want to show you today is how to serve your images in the WebP format in WordPress automatically. Alright, so the WebP format is a very interesting new development. What's interesting about WebP is that it uses two specific different compression methods. So first, it uses a codec-based compression that actually comes from video encoding, and it just turns out that this method is much more efficient and effective compared to what you would normally do with JPEGs. And then WebP also has a newer method for lossless compression. It again is better than what PNGs have to offer, and it also allows you to use your favorite transparent images. So I'm not gonna get into the specifics of how it works under the hood because frankly I don't really understand it myself, but what I do know is that the images that you get in WebP can be even 80% smaller in disk space than your traditional JPEGs, PNGs, and so on. So just one question, how to use them in WordPress? Yeah, and the good news is that it's pretty simple actually. Let me show you a quick example. So this is a WordPress website. It uses our own Neve theme, a very cool theme, you should check it out. And what I do have here is a blog, and I do have one blog post. I did generate it with AI, so the title is I taught my houseplant to brew coffee and now it's demanding stock options. Okay, I might need to refine my prompts, I guess. This is kind of concerning. But still, you know, I have some images here. I have one image as the featured image, another image here, and two more further down below. So that's that, but let's check out how those images look when we view the network section of the console in Chrome. So let's just refresh the page once again. So we are only looking at the images, and you will see that all the images loaded right away. They are JPEG format, and it's basically nothing to look at really. It's just the way that websites work. All the images get loaded right away in their native format. And what's interesting is that we don't even see the coffee images yet on the page. They just load it anyway, even though we would only be looking at them later on. Yeah, so that's the baseline, okay? This is my site. So how to enable WebP images? It's actually pretty simple. What you can do is use our plugin called Optimole. So the cool thing about it is that it's basically a install and forget kind of arrangement. It will handle WebP images basically automatically for you, and the best news is that you can use it for free as long as you don't exceed 2,000 visitors a month. And after that, you can upgrade if you need it. So let me just show you how it works quickly. So it is a plugin, so all you do is just go to plugins, add a plugin, Optimole. Yeah, that is the one, so just install and then activate. When you do activate, you're gonna be asked to create an account over at Optimole. So yeah, this is that website. You can create an account here. You're gonna get your license number, which you will then integrate with your WordPress website. And basically all that's needed once you activate it is, yeah, there's no second step. That's basically it. So as soon as you activate the plugin, it starts working. It starts serving your images in those new formats like WebP. And let me prove it to you. So let's go back. Let's go back to my website. Let's refresh it again and let's see what's gonna happen here in the network section. So let's do it. And yeah, there are a couple of interesting things going on in here. So first of all, we can see that 3 images have been loaded. One of them in the WebP format. That would be my logo, and the other ones in AVIF. AVIF is like another interesting topic. It's basically another iteration of the idea to use video codecs for images on websites. So in some scenarios, it's gonna behave even better than WebP. And the cool thing about Optimole is that it will decide on what format to use for the images based on the user's browser, machine, network conditions, and whatever else. So Optimole always picks the best format for a specific user. Yes, so we can see those 2 images here being served in AVIF. That would be the image of the plant in the featured image and this second image that's just showing here. But remember those 2 coffee images that are also here on the page? Well, they haven't been loaded yet because the user, meaning me, hasn't seen them yet. So Optimole is also gonna take care of lazy loading your images by default. So if I scroll, I'm gonna see those images starting to load. And in those cases, both of them have been served as WebP WebP. So as you can see, this pretty much works on autopilot. All you have to do is just install the plugin, activate it, and it's gonna do the work. If you want to tune up some things, you can of course go into settings. And for example, you can pick how you want to handle lazy loading, what I mentioned a couple of seconds ago. There are some settings, you know, to skip some of the first images and so on. And apart from that, you can also decide if you want to make the compression focused on speed optimization, quality optimization, or custom, which I selected here just so that I can show you all the features available. Yeah, as you can see, that is pretty much it. That is all there is to WebP images in WordPress. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of Optimole. Don't forget to like, subscribe. There's a lot more content coming up, and see you next time.